Hello everyone, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we are doing something different, something I tried before and raised a lot of positive feedback from the community. I call it a multi-sim experience. We are at 2000 feet south of Yarmouth over Nova Scotia in Canada. And yes, you may ask why I choose to be here. Well, dear viewers, over there just on our right hand side is Yarmouth Harbor, where two crew members are loading our fishing boat with 12 deep lines and baiting them accordingly to our plan to go fish for some tuna and swordfish, if we are lucky to catch some in the next 20 hours. Sounds interesting? Well, if it does, stick around as we fly by the town of Yarmouth and land at Yarmouth International Airport, located just east of the town and harbor. You can't miss it. Hope everyone is doing well today. The release of the latest patch for Microsoft Flight Simulator was a bumpy one. I choose to lay back and wait for better results as we go along. Do some VFR flights and check some other new releases. Speaking of updates, this area here will most likely be changed once the next world update gets released later on, North America being the next area included for the update. The region we are going to fish is close by, just southwest of the coast. We will leave from Lobster Rock Marine, head south past Bunker Island, we will pass the lighthouse at Cape Fortune, I think it's pronounced, and then follow for our last spot where the crew already set 12 deep lines not too long ago. Now a bit about Nova Scotia. Though being the second smallest province in Canada, has a population close to 1 million people, so it's very dense populated. The capital city is Halifax, and you can technically call it an island, or rather a series of over 3,800 coastal islands. They have cold wet winters and warm summers. This is our boat, and this is the planner for today. You can see the entire southwest of Nova Scotia, and just south, the already set long lines marked with red spots on the map. Now let's bank on our right to see better the harbor area. Those lines over there shouldn't appear in the water. I hope they will get fixed with the next world update. That's our exit point from the harbor. A tight squeeze, especially when passing big ferries or bigger boats. I can see the airport just off our nose to the right. So let's switch off the autopilot and start to lose some altitude. Now you can better see the airport, and that's the runway that we're going to land just off our nose. I'm trying to get a better view of the harbor. Maybe not. Let's bank here to the left, we will see it better. And now we can better see the harbor with the Yarmouth ferry terminal just on the left side over there, where even cruise ships are docking. We're going to do another pass around and then we're going to land at the airport. That big structure over there is Yarmouth Regional Hospital. When we're going to get the helicopter DLC, it's gonna be amazing to fly from here some medical emergencies. The docks are looking like they're flooded, and the last one should have a bigger pier. That's where our boat will be. As we are flying over the Salt Pound, let's get a better view of the town and the airport. And then we are going to turn around, do a fly over the airport and land. Let's talk about this multi-sim experience. A few years ago, Squirrel, our famous YouTuber, who doesn't need a presentation I hope, talked about in one of his videos about what if you could combine all of your simulators in one and get a massive gameplay of everything that involves transport and even more. The idea is not new. For sure some of us thought about it at one point. Let's imagine that all mechanics can be combined. A short example, flight simulators to transport goods and people from A to B, then to take over with the trucks in American or Europe Truck Simulator, and so on. A combined operation that can be done not in one simulator but multiple ones, bind together by a software that keeps track on what you do. P3D, X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator have already FS Economy, The first two have also Air Hauler 2 that works like an online career where you can get missions and so on. These are applications that talk to the sim and keep track of your progress. Sounds interesting to think about a multi-platform simulator. Of course, something that can be fun too. Like right now I'm getting to this location by air. And then, in a game/sim called Fishing North Atlantic, I get to command a fishing crew on a boat that I sail to my fishing spot. All happening here in Nova Scotia. Tell us what you think about this idea in the comment section down below. I am really curious to hear your opinion. Also, if you would like to see more flights combined like this with other simulators. Later, we are thinking to do some live events that combine simulators on Twitch. As for now, let's set for the landing procedure here at Charlie Yankee, Quebec, India. Landing lights go on. Reduce power. Add flaps. Landing gear down. And full flaps. Touchdown. As we taxi to the parking spot, I remind you to stay with us as the journey has just begun. We will now park the airplane and call a cab to take us to the harbor. We will resume our action once we are aboard Hip Games' personal fishing boat here in Nova Scotia. That's a nice looking airplane. Maybe we take it next time for a spin. And here we are. Let's shut down. Now let's go on our fishing trip. Now here we are, ready to be underway to our fishing spot. The boat is prepped and the crew are in standby. We will give them the heads up once the first operation is done. Now welcome on board, please step with care, let's get your life vests and feel free to ask any question. As you can see here, the buckets are full with our long lines that have baited hooks attached at intervals by means of branch lines called snoots. Now if that was too much, this is what we will fish with, okay? The ship comes equipped with everything you need to have a pleasant and relaxing stay at sea. Now please grab a seat and let's start this baby up. At the moment the traffic is really relaxed, so we will be able to get very fast out of here. The engine is on. Clear left side. And let's apply power. We are going to advance very softly so we don't hit anything. This is the second ship that I own. With a single 600 horsepower engine, has a maximum speed of 15 knots. It came by default with around 6 tons of storage space. But we upgraded it together with the crew to double the amount. So around 12 tons of cargo capacity, which is perfect for the type of fishing we do here. The boat has a length of 54 feet and weighs around 25 tons. Now I recently equipped it with the autopilot, which I use it when I'm tired and the traffic flow is light. But most of the time I'm at the helm, just to avoid any trouble on our way, because safety first. Now we will just turn here and head south along the coast. We will keep our set as much as we can on the right side. Now let's talk about the fish we are going to find. At the moment we are allowed to fish an established quota of swordfish and tuna. More precise, the Atlantic bluefin tuna. Beautiful fish. The majority of tuna is exported unprocessed to markets in Japan, the US and Europe. Nova Scotia is also undergoing a resurgence of the bluefin charter fishing industry and is quickly becoming popular again as a destination to angle for large bluefin tuna. Recent stock assessment for bluefin tuna in the Western Atlantic suggests that this species is stable and slightly increasing. Now about the long lines that we are using, they are classified mainly by where they are placed in the water column. This can be set near the water surface, between the surface and the seafloor, or at the bottom. This type of fishing method is one of the most suitable ways to harvest wild fish from the ocean. When the fish comes on board, one at a time, the processing of the fish can be done swiftly and gently. The way looks clear. Let's grab a few shots from outside. right side we are passing Cape Fortune Lighthouse. It's a beautiful place where tourists are gathering for amazing views. Now we arrived at a spot where we are going to start releasing the baited long lines, 12 of them, at every 100 meters. The ship will keep a steady course. Now let's go in the back. And we grab the buckets one by one. We prepare it here, and when we're ready, we throw it in the water. That's the first one, 11 to go. Now we need to wait for every 100 meters. Always keeping a lookout for incoming ships. And that should do it. Let's set the next one. Let's speed up the process. We're almost done here, just a few buckets left. Let's check how they line up from the GPS. Everything looks good. Let's finish this task so we can move on. I'm really curious to see what we catch this time. Last time was really good, but this time I don't want to jinx it. As we kept on fishing here, I think we kind of depleted everything. Let's see, from what I know we should be very close to the line that we set a few hours ago. Nothing yet. And now the last one. May you bring a lot of fish. That's it, task completed. Now we need to keep them here around 20 hours and return back to see what we catch. Now let's get back at the helm. Now we just reached the spot where we previously launched our long lines. We will still need to wait a bit here. Time for a little peace and quiet and relaxation. We waited as much as we could. I don't think we get any more bites at this time. The beeper didn't go out for a full catch, so that means just some of the lines are full. The rest we take what we can. We call in the crew. There they go, getting ready to pick up the catch. Let's follow them out to see how they set up. After that, the process will be simple. We will pass with the boat by each fishing spot and the crew will gather the catch. We need to be as precise as possible with the positioning. Good luck! It's a really beautiful sunset to start work. We're going to turn around to position better. And this is the first spot. Let's go see what's going on. And that's our first tuna. And that's another one. Good job. Oh, that's it? I think that's it. That's it. Ooh, no. We got another one. Perfect. Well, that beep means it's done. Let's move on. Let's move on. So we did quite a good catch. Here comes a swordfish. It's not as bad as I was expecting. The crew is doing a great job. There we go. Another swordfish. And we have just a few and we finish here. We are half full, and I think that's how we're going to finish this trip, with a half full storage, which is fine. It's better than nothing. And here we are at the last spot. It's really late, we are tired, the catch is decent, better than nothing. Just a bit over half, we should get a good profit, so heads up. After this we will start heading back to port. I will take a few shots before reaching the harbor. Hope you liked it with us. Thank you for watching. I will continue to do this type of videos from time to time. I am thinking to fly somewhere to hunt next time. If you like and want to see more, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, check the description down below. That's it for now. Remember to fly safe and enjoy your travels. And I'll see you next time.